smoked the whole house.
_OJ_Simpson said, "Hi." _27realms12 said, "Boongus watch for Yamame." _27realms12 said, "Keep him jammed." _27realms12 said, "He's North NR." _27realms12 said, "RN."
Stall. Stall.
Raise gear.
Shawarma _ man 008 says, Belka, are you going to cap the airbase?
Left engine fire.
Otider Krieger said, Don't forget to found the war efforts. Realms 12 said, Tony and Tookie might be the least fun people to play against known to men. accept. 26 pony, strong, set, someone. Pony, strong, set, Yamame Tony Ace.
Left engine fire. Stall.
Doggo Boy said, nuclear obligation. Realms 12 said, who would have seen that coming. Yamame went around the entire outside of the map and bombed our home base. Wow, shocking. _Simpson said, let him do this till he leaves. 44OJ_Simpson said, easy. Realms 12 said, is not fun, dude. Fire stall. 46 Doggo Boy said, nice optimization game. 46 Doggo Boy said, 5 frames per whenever it feels like it. 46 Doggo Boy said, 4070 Ti BTW. 44 OJ_Simpson said, optimal for cricket. 27 Realms 12 said, it's a CPU thing, game is single threaded. 9 Viper said, turn off VSync. 46 Doggo Boy said, I have a 5800 X3D. 1 Even Valley Ryan said, RIP Homebase. 43 Riku Anita said, still issue on my Steam Deck LOL. 27 Realms 12 said, it's literally so much fun. 46 Doggo Boy said, and now I got BSYNC off. 46 Doggo Boy said, hey, I have 10 hours in this game, it's worth every penny. 46 Doggo Boy said, but this optimization bro. 46 Doggo Boy said, only complaint about this game. 6 Goose said, early access BTW. 23 Tony Montana said, game is CPU heavy and so with a lot of players performance is bad. 44 OJ_Simpson said, I got a 5800 X3D and 3060 running, run smooth AF. 46 Doggo Boy said, I just turned off BSYNC in a check now but id. 46 Doggo Boy said, I just said it was worth every penny. 43 Riku Anita said, upgrade your bro. 9 Viper said, I'm telling all of you with frame issues to turn off VSync. It doesn't work and makes your frames get cut in half. 46 Doggo Boy said, just did him a try now. 46 Doggo Boy said, holy GPU bottleneck. 46 Doggo Boy said, magic. Viper said, LOL told you so, it's why it's so busted but it is. 46 Doggo Boy said, Nano Machine son. 40 Bloodline said, I have it off in my 3060 still struggles. 46 Doggo Boy said, thanks Viper. 46 Doggo Boy said, NBM my FPS is high again. 6 Goose said, the Metal Gear Rising soundtrack goes hard as fuck. 9 Viper said, NP. 46 Doggo Boy said, high FPS I mean. 46 Doggo Boy said, like well playable. 46 Doggo Boy said, solid 60 FPS. 46 Doggo Boy said, but still better than nothing. 9 Viper said, yet I'm at 53 on 4080. 46 Doggo Boy said, I feel you bro. 29 Belka Alex said, again CPU UTIL issue. 46 Doggo Boy said, yet I believe that.
Left engine fire.
Seven Realms 12 said, Yamame can you go to the other server thanks. 27 Realms 12 said, you also Tony. 46 Doggo Boy said, that shard is. 29 Belka Alex said, LOL. "46 Doggo Boy said, oh my god. Away said, Prim Evans be life, oh my Soylent. 46 Doggo Boy said, Godspeed.
Left engine failure. Main rotor damage. Right engine failure.
UL. "54 Wabungus said, it's over. 41 Collectible Tacos said, Joey Burr. 23 Tony Montana said, number vote restart. "54 Wabungus said, number vote restart. "26 Pony, strong, said, too easy. "18 Lost G said, text/RTV. "44 OJ_Simpson said, your RTV vote has been registered. 23 Tony Montana said, type/RTV to vote for restart. "53 Away said, Wladowski says too easy from the bottom of the scoreboard like he did anything. 44 OJ_Simpson said, does it restart P's map? 20 Prince Maney said, LOL. "52 Spectral_Ace said, it will go to the most voted map. "52 Spectral_Ace said, but normally no one votes so the other map. "24 Flaming said, winning is ifrit nuking, having fun is making a base of 1000 hex hounds. 20 Prince Maney said, what's the vote cop mem? 30 ASTR0JACK said, wait what? 23 Tony Montana said, /RTV. 30 ASTR0JACK said, we literally cannot scum. 24 Flaming said, it should end if the mainland gets captured. 26 Pony, strong, said, goose be polite. 18 Lost G said, everyone. 18 Lost G said, type/RTV. 41 Collectible Taco said, /RTV worked. 20 Prince Maney said, no I mean the map vote command. 54 Wabungus said, /vote mission 1. 16 Shawarma_man008 said, 3. 23 Yamame.Toki said, GG. It 2 AM Japan, GN gentlemen, smiley face, 20 Prince Mani said, /vote mission 2. 18 Lost G said, is /vote mission number. 6 Who said, oh cool there's 2 missions to pick from, we're really spoiled for choice. 6 Who said, /vote mission 1. 29 Velka Alex said, /vote. 54 Wabunga said, Ulululu. 6 Who said, /chicken nuggies. 54 Wabunga said, /vote. 29 Velka Alex said, /vote 3. 29 Velka Alex said, brew. 18 Lost G said, so when the mission restarts. 18 Lost G said, is /vote mission. 18 Lost G said, bro. 6 Goose said, anyone else yankin they RN? #52 Spectral _ Ace said. #54 Wabunga said, bro what the hell? 18 Lost G said, brew. 41 Collectible Taco said, too few votes? 6 Goose said, what do you mean too few votes? 6 Goose said, 1 won and 1 didn't, what? 39 Ninja 013 said, GGS. 18 Lost G said, we got 3 votes. 6 Goose said, everyone type /RTV. 44 OJ _ Simpson said, an error occurred while executing the command. 44 OJ _ Simpson said, there are currently no active mission vote. Use /RTV to initiate a mission vote. 54 Wabunga said, the game is over. 18 Lost G said, everyone type /RTV. 41 Collectible Taco said, please. 39 Ninja 013 said, I did. 18 Lost G said, everyone type /RTV. 18 Lost G said, everyone type /RTV. 18 Lost G said, everyone type /RTV. 20 Prince Mani said, I voted. You can too. Vote now for a free union. 26 Pony, strong, said, /getgut. 18 Lost G said, /vo mission 2. 18 Lost G said, everyone type /RTV. 53 Away said, Pony is from India. 44 OJ _ Simpson said, /vote mission. 44 OJ _ Simpson said, invalid arguments, vote mission _ID. 43 Target Deluxe said, /vote mission. 30 ASTR0JACK said, /vote mission 1. 46 Doggo Boy said, what ID do we choose? 6 Goose said, everyone type /RTV. 18 Lost G said, find the ID. 44 OJ _ Simpson said, your RTV vote has been registered. 18 Lost G said, what's a mission ID? 26 Pony, strong, said, /vote 1. 18 Lost G said, 1 vote GG. 36 Phoenix said, /vote. 53 Away said, Linus. 6 Goose said, /vote mission 1. 16 Flaming said, like that. 18 Lost G said, is /vote mission. 6 Goose said, /vote 1. 6 Goose said, Pony where are you from? 30 ASTR0JACK said, /vote 1. 52 Spectral _ Ace said, /vote mission 1. 54 Wabunga said, /vote 1. 54 Wabunga said, WTF doesn't the ID work? 29 Belka Alex said, who got it right? 24 Monsieur Fran Ace said, /1 mission vote. 16 Flaming said, /vote mission 0. 29 Belka Alex said, brew. 20 Prince Maney said, geez. 20 Prince Maney said, wow, all over the globe here. 46 Doggo Boy said, pony what? 18 Lost G said, is /vote mission. 43 Target Deluxe said, /vote _ mission 1. 6 Goose said, /vote mission 1. 18 Lost G said, is /vote mission. 41 Collectible Taco said, error has occurred. 53 Away Y said, I wanna be a game eager, I wanna be a game eager. 18 Lost G said, type /vote mission 0. 18 Lost G said, type /vote mission 0. 53 Away Y said, I wanna be a game eager, I wanna be a game eager. 30 ASTR0JACK said, vote mission 0. 44 OJ_Simpson said, there are currently no active mission vote. Use /RTV to initiate a mission vote. 29 Belka Alex said, 1. 6 Goose said, 52 Spectral_Ace said, 1 is not a valid ID. 30 ASTR0JACK said, /vote mission. 24 Monsieur Fran Ace said, /vote the mission 2. 18 Lost G said, well blast base to be captured. 39 Ninja013 said, THX for capping picked up. 18 Lost G said, type /vote mission 0. 20 Prince Maney said, ID is 0 or 1. 29 Belka Alex said, /ETV. 24 Monsieur Fran Ace said, /vote 1. 26 Pony, strong, said, chat is so fast no one will notice I am gay. 27 Hosmet /Vanadium said, wish RN Tarantula was faster. 18 Lost G said, is /vote mission. 37 Psy C said, /vote 1. 18 Lost G said, type /vote mission 0. 18 Lost G said, type /vote mission 0. 44 OJ_Simpson said, an error occurred while executing the command. 29 Belka Alex said, /vote ID 1. 41 Collectible Taco said, does the game not automatically roll? 16 Flaming said, Christ almighty. 46 Doggo Boy said, an error occurred. 36 Warren said, hello. 13 Wabungus said, uncle. 52 Spectral_Ace said, pony I noticed. 16 Flaming said, it does once a majority of airfields are capped. 18 Lost G said, we did. 18 Lost G said, nothing happened. 41 Collectible Taco said, oh it's cause I nuked the middle one right before we all died I think. 39 Ninja013 said, we are about to cap the last one I think. 18 Lost G said, yeah. 54 Wabungus said, admin help. 30 ASTR0JACK said, how did a Vortex and Compass lose to 1 AA? 13 Wabungus said, everyone TYPR/RTV. 41 Collectible Taco said, is there a base you guys don't have or something? 18 Lost G said, any ID works. 6 Goose said, okay let's just cap the bases guys. 20 Prince Maney said, pure skill. 53 Away Y said, I wanna be a game eager. 18 Lost G said, I don't know what mission that is but. 6 Goose said, I'm gonna see if I can nuke the BDF city before it's over. 27 Cosmic/Vanadium said, there needs to be faster transport. GG off. 44 OJ_Simpson said, GG. 26 Pony, strong, said, finally. 13 Wabungus said, yai. 26 Pony, strong, said, GG. 46 Goose said, Noel. "41 Goose said, Paula forever. One Pony, strong, said, it forever. One Pony, strong, said, BDF. Doggo Boy said, Paula forever. 12 Collectible Taco said, some APC ran me off the strip. 12 Collectible Taco said, so Joey Ver. 18 Doggo Boy said. 18 Doggo Boy said, how does that even happen, bro? 41 Goose said, good, I teased a Paula spy. 18 Doggo Boy said, yeah.
Right engine fire. Left engine fire. Raise gear. Stall. fire. Left engine fire.
Twenty-three Ninja 013 said, providing a wax. Twenty-three Ninja 013 said, damn it.
Raise gear.
23 Ninja 013 said, Vortex flanking east. 38 Prince Maney said, LOL tried and failed. Doggo Boy said, damn it dog, I wanted to go there. Prince Maney said, using the good OL I hide behind a building STRATXD.
Stall. Stall. Right engine fire. Stall. Left.
23 Ninja 013 said, going to jam enemy Medusa. One Tony, strong, said, no jam fleet equals win. Doggo Boy said, Brew I can't do the AA, just grab 10 of my agents. 18 Doggo Boy said, what am I supposed to do? 16 Lost G said, kiss me. 18 Doggo Boy said, take this like a good boy. 18 Doggo Boy said, "41 Goose said, BDF
Raise
can I
gear.
defect please? People on my team are scared of communication, except Doggo. Ninja 013 said, sure you welcome aboard. 37 Sai C said, yeah. "41 Goose said, LMAO I wish you could change teams, this is." 18 Doggo Boy said, please let me defect. 18 Doggo Boy said, I beg. 18 Doggo Boy said, I beg. 18 Doggo Boy said, can you guys just not shoot us down?
Right engine fire.
Ninja 013 said, Goose if you leave and rejoin you might actually be able to defect LOL. "41 Goose said, nah it'll just put me on this team again." 18 Doggo Boy said, bitter I'm feeling a heli vs heli duel. 23 Ninja 013 said, oh well. Doggo Boy said, oh he got slimed. Doggo Boy said, biggest dickus. 18 Doggo Boy said, holy peak. 18 Doggo Boy said, optical air-to-air missile he said. Lost G said, opticals are good against hellos. Doggo Boy said, ITLL be a fun server they said. Lauren said, GG. Blue Moppy said, I see that Paula have still not been doing well. Goose said, it's hard to do well when 99% of the people on your team are scared of communicating LOL. Doggo Boy said, oh yes. Lost G said, I'm hard. 18 Doggo Boy said, the infamous Sark missile. 41 Goose said, I think the players on Paula might actually be TBH. 18 Doggo Boy said, you think? Blue Moppy said, wasn't like that, not too long ago. 9 Orphanry said, if you want near-perfect teammates, consider joining a squadron. 18 Doggo Boy said, wouldn't be surprising. 18 Doggo Boy said, and now they decide to press T. Blue Moppy said, over the last few weeks though, Paula just been down the drain. 41 Goose said, I want teammates that like actually communicate LMAO. 16 Lost G said, Paula is like the newbie selection. 41 Goose said, what is a squadron anyway? 18 Doggo Boy said, real. 18 Doggo Boy said, bye. 23 Ninja 013 said, if you want communication. 41 Goose said, goodbye doggo. 18 Doggo Boy said, anyway I got food in like 3 minutes. 41 Goose said, I don't want near perfect teammates. 23 Ninja 013 said, I will join same side as you next match Goose. 41 Goose said, it will make it until next match Ninja LMAO this is hell. 16 Lost G said, cuz is red. 18 Doggo Boy said, so 18 Doggo Boy said, hopefully we meet again. 9 Orphanry said, squadrons are basically Discord groups that host their own games and fight other squadrons occasionally. 4 Blue Moppy said, I spawned, then got nuked. So no money lol. 18 Doggo Boy said, someday. Collectible Taco said, Tusco's to Southeast Airbase, jam if you can PLS. 41 Goose said, I don't wanna join a guild or whatever, I don't want much at all. 41 Goose said, I literally just want the bare minimum from a TM8. Ninja 013 said, Roger. 16 Lost G said, what plane did you bought? "41 Goose said, like you or and Doggo were good, even if we were losing we lose together because we communicate." 2 Kraggles said, teamwork aside this server suffers from poor money balance for players joining mid-game. Kraggles said, teams often run into -100s of millions locking you into crickets and compass play when people are in 4.5 and 5 GNS. Blue Moppy said, there is no way to manage an air burst nuke when you spawn in for the first time. Orphanry said, compass with sides. 2 Kraggles said, yet its Y team balance is deceptive when only viewed by a number. 2 Kraggles said, levels matter more. 41 Goose said, yet I'm currently only able to get crickets at the moment. 2 Kraggles said, 3 or 4 level 4 or 5 player will easily be the larger team. 41 Goose said, but it doesn't matter to me if the whole team has to throw the missiles at the enemy by hand. 41 Goose said, I just want communication. 23 Ninja 013 said, let MW know when the fleet strike begins, I can jam them. Kraggles said, comms won't help with a lack of game knowledge as a lot of mechanics are a bit opaque. 9 Orphanry said, I don't think any video games have good comms playing with randoms. 2 Kraggles said, a lot of players are really bad at BBR fights in general. 43 Belka Alex said, not always. 4 Blue Moppy said, I mean, you load into the server. Pick your team. Look at the map, spawn in, engine starts. Oh, there is a second Sunday dead. "41 Goose said, what's BBR? 9 Orphanry said, beyond visual range, combat. 16 Lost G said, I'm gonna do a nuke run on the ships. 41 Goose said, oh right yes yes. 23 Ninja 013 said, Roger Amud to jam. 16 Lost G said, ah. 16 Lost G said, no nukes. 2 Kraggles said, if you want to kill a revoker / vortex / ifrit you need to stagger launch about 6 or 7 missiles to deplete their jammer. 16 Lost G said, well a GPO run it is. 9 Orphanry said, a surprising amount of people don't know you can just select an ARC and shoot it down with an IRM. 9 Orphanry said, yes, missile spam is meta. 9 Orphanry said, unfortunately. 41 Goose said, WTF why have I never thought of that before? 2 Kraggles said, because it's not obvious. 22 Lagagai 6289 said, shooting high and fast scimitars from 50 kilometers is also effective. 51 Lauren said, my is so effective. 9 Orphanry said, I love the buff scimitars. 12 Collectible Taco said, people in general fly too low. 16 Lost G said, you need to be newbie if you think missile spam is meta. 9 Orphanry said, air-to-air missile spam is very much meta. 2 Kraggles said, the game doesn't really give you a good tutorial on A2A mechanics with missiles. 16 Lost G said, is not LOL. 2 Kraggles said, it literally is. 4 Blue Moppy said, or, just launch it from a ridiculously long way. So it only gets detected at the last min. 9 Orphanry said, if all you care about is your target dying, that is. 16 Lost G said, 2 Kraggles said, in my sweaty meta play. 16 Lost G said, says who? 9 Orphanry said, me. 12 Collectible Taco said, high alt and speed missile spam is the most effective way. 2 Kraggles said, me. 12 Collectible Taco said, to get air-to-air kills. 16 Lost G said, is your sweaty meta play with us? 4 Blue Moppy said, pre-launched airids help as well. 2 Kraggles said, it would be if we had any airframes LOL. 16 Lost G said, I'm ready to see main carrier. 2 Kraggles said, with the current mechanics around notch/jammer stagger launching missiles is the mechanically sound way to defeat a jet. 9 Orphanry said, very true. 2 Kraggles said, otherwise you rely on them making a mistake. 54 Flaming said, nice one. 41 Goose said, I'm gonna have to start taking notes of who communicates in this game so I can join the team that they're on. 22 Lagagai 6289 said, sand drift down. 2 Kraggles said, also a single missile may not destroy the target. 41 Goose said, because ATM this is like a lottery where I win most of the time and the prize is a kick in the balls. 9 Orphanry said, you also need to launch them side to side so they can't be notched at once. 12 Collectible Taco said, good jamming, keep it up I am a cruise missile their carrier. 2 Kraggles said, another thing people need to note is you can defend from a lot of missiles by pulling hard G-chinks and the likes last second. 49 Awuga said, not really. 2 Kraggles said, yes really. 2 Kraggles said, I will preface this though. 2 Kraggles said, It's a MP server quirk. 41 Goose said, does that work with IR missiles? I do it all the time with radar but not with IR. 9 Orphanry said, ARMs are pretty easy to dodge in that. The SARH is on the head. 2 Crackles said, you won't get the same outcomes in your own server with the editor. 49 Aluga said, you said it after. 49 Aluga said, preface means you say it beforehand BTW. 2 Craggles said, post face. Lost G said, you are not gonna believe this. Lost G said, but I think I crashed on my own GPOs. 2 Craggles said, anyway MP hit reg and delay seems to cause missile detonations to be suboptimal. 22 Lagagai 6289 said, I think so too. 41 Goose said, BDF please finish us off. 22 Lagagai 6289 said, I was watching and they never hit. 16 Lost G said, LOL. 54 Flaming said, I've also crashed into someone else's bombs. 9 Orphanry said, especially noticeable in high player count games. 54 Flaming said, been there done that. 49 Awuga said, thanks for taking that maniac. 2 Craggles said, surely everyone's seen their stuff fly in perfect and just damage them. 54 Flaming said, so many dark reaches with boring loadouts. 2 Craggles said, if you turn on debug visualizations you will see the problem in real time. 54 Flaming said, and not the blessed 250 Panamanian Balboas. 23 Ninja 013 said, got shot down. "41 Goose said, Or and Craggles did you guys join the match late?" 9 Orphanry said, very. 2 Craggles said, yeah lol. 41 Goose said, makes sense. 9 Orphanry said, when I joined there was already a stratonuker above me. 23 Ninja 013 said, move back up. 41 Goose said, I'm sitting here like where were these guys when the match started brew. Craggles said, if you want to see the scale of Stomp go the map open the team buttons and select players on the drop down. 2 Craggles said, Lost G has 937 MIL alone LMAO. Orphanry said, our carrier straight up murdered a player on the ramp. 41 Goose said, TBH it feels like if you get a good sortie at the start of the match you're set. "39 Alex AK said, evil A carrier. Lost G said, now they worked. 51 Lauren said, / Missy Owens. Two Craggles said, Ignis is a bit painful since they didn't add the new AA vehicle or cram or laser. 2 Craggles said, which sucks. 36 Ti Demon said, /RTV0. 16 Lost G said, they have lasers. Nine Orphanry said, Ignis has lasers. 16 Lost G said, how is that carrier shooting Emers? 2 Kraggles said, this server would benefit from them running an altered map with extra AA on certain weak spots on key air bases.
You fucked it up.
.37 Goose said, I'm just gonna say it, only Dark Reach should be able to launch 250 nukes. Ninjao13 said, agree Goose. Orphanry said, I think limiting the 250 KTS to the Dark Reach would only protract the already long games. Team Kraggles said, the problem is the Dark Reach isn't a strike aircraft. Orphanry said, it's also rather unstealthy for a stealth bomber. 19 Kraggles said, but if you wanted to introduce needing to dismantle AA that'd be fine. Kraggles said, which to be fair wouldn't be the worst idea. 24 Orphanry said, could work if players lost the ability to spam AFB6AA. 24 Orphanry said, FR. 19 Kraggles said, Stratonukes are a stale meta now. Lagagai 6289 said, they just need to make the performance envelope of the SAMs reasonable. 18 Lost G said, I'm gay. 37 Goose said, I just think people being able to fly at 250 and at the speed of light with their ifrit is kinda lame. 19 Kraggles said, you can pretty easily overcome AFB spam now with 250 LRS and Pablos. 52 Lagagai 6289 said, a 1970s SAM could shoot down an M2 plane at 100 kft or an M2 bomb on a ballistic trajectory. 24 Orphanry said, I saw AFB-6AAS easily intercept a full 68 Panamanian Balboa's volley. 19 Kraggles said, one Dark Reach can lob 250LR pretty damn far too for that matter. 19 Kraggles said, yeah they buffed gun accuracy that'd be why. 19 Kraggles said, but it's more about saturation. Kraggles said, if you coordinate your attack with a glide bomb strike you should get nukes through even spam AA. 18 Lost G said, I feel like 18 Lost G said, we need newer missions. 46 Virtual Scotsman said, it's actually worth taking gun pods on the cricket now because you can link them. 13 Flamings said, true. 18 Lost G said, current missions are the same. 19 Kraggles said, cruise missiles don't hurt either. 37 Goose said, WDYM you can link them. 18 Lost G said, just with little changes. 24 Orphanry said, yeah new keybind. 46 Virtual Scotsman said, you can link your guns so they all fire at ends. 19 Kraggles said, a larger map like this with land terrain using a lot of valleys/mountains would be nice for air combat. 46 Virtual Scotsman said, it's in settings. 45 Matai075 said, can we get more air cover over Feldspar? 46 Virtual Scotsman said, I bounded to 7. 18 Lost G said, Venezuela map would be fire. 37 Goose said, OFR? Sounds neat. "18 Lost G said, DCS just did it. "45 Matai 075 said, shoot down those helis over Feldspar. Matai 075 said, would be kind of neat. Kraggles said, ships didn't take any damage. Kraggles said, Fansby let's focus or. Matai 075 said, that was a massive fumble. Goose said, that was fast. Kraggles said, targeting Goose.
Raise gear. Left engine fire.
"19 Kraggles said, got 2 of them in there a 10s. 19 Kraggles said, LOL. Kraggles said, bet he spent all his money rip.
Right engine fire. Left engine fire. Stall. Yvonne said, I need to get a better CPU fan.
19 Kraggles said, can someone top up the Strato missiles on the North Dynamo? 42 Vitu Haloitz Turpa said, why this game so laggy in MP? "24 Orphanry said, game was originally supposed to be 8v8 or something. 18 Lost G said, cuz is made on Unity. "20 Biggles said, that was a testament to the compass survivability. Kraggles said, staggered missiles for the win. "45 Matai 075 said, can I pretty please get some air cover so I can capture Feldspar? 45 Matai 075 said, going around the south. Corninjo13 said, GTG have fun everyone. fire.
42 Bitter Halo It's Turpa said, how to unfold wings. Gaming X33 said, what wings? 24 Orphanry said, should happen automatically. 21 Yvonne said, sure would be nice if there was some kind of restriction to stop people from out the ups directly from the helipad. 21 Yvonne said, like at least roll off first. 45 Matai 075 said, or have them path away from it. 21 Yvonne said, there's this one guy just out UGs and LCVs RN. Lagagai 6289 said, they need a better system for spawning SAMs then.
Right engine fire.
Yvonne said, wish this game was a little less CPU heavy. Undervoltane has left me at like 30 to 40 FPS. .47 Spectral _ Ace said, it's single threaded is why. .21 Yvonne said, it is. 21 Yvonne said, wow. 47 Spectral _ Ace said, apparently. 21 Yvonne said, is the dev planning on multi-threading at all? 12 Gaming X33 said, I have 40 FPS with a Kin Ryzen 7 5800X. 21 Yvonne said, blood that might be my CPU, let me check. 47 Spectral _ Ace said, they are looking into it. 21 Yvonne said, bro. 21 Yvonne said, I have the same CPU as you. 12 Gaming X33 said, not surprising. 47 Spectral _ Ace said, but they aren't that transparent with progress. 12 Gaming X33 said, the 5800X is decent. 21 Yvonne said, my fans are though I have to underhold like crazy.
37 Goose said, what the devs need to work on is a chat. 47 Spectral underscore Ace said, we have the roadmap but not much in the way of specific projects until stuff comes out. 47 Spectral underscore Ace said, yeah, chat is too. 37 Goose said, a proper chat with a scroll and LMAO. 12 Gaming X33 said, I'm not undervolting and I'm getting the same FPS as you Bruce. 21 Yvonne said, dev asterisk. 21 Yvonne said, 50 to 60s. 21 Yvonne said, oh definitely. 47 Spectral underscore Ace said, yet somehow this game is still more fun than War Thunder. 21 Yvonne said, true. 21 Yvonne said, if War Thunder wasn't short round based it would be way more fun. 37 Goose said, I really wish War Thunder had Australian servers. 21 Yvonne said, I was getting better FPS before. 26 Little Sneeze said, honestly, ever since I played KSP FPS doesn't really mean anything to me. 24 Orphanry said, yeah, War Thunder's game modes are antithetical to fun. 12 Gaming X33 said, OMG Little Sneeze. 12 Gaming X33 said, B25MITCH will improve if enough people ask. 26 Little Sneeze said, oh hi. 21 Yvonne said, I heard that the dev of this game is apparently a former Beam dev. 21 Yvonne said, low FPS in this game is fine cuz it's not a FPS game. 12 Gaming X33 said, make
Left
more
engine
people
fire.
every PLS. 45 Dixon Mayas said, based at Little Sneeze. 12 Gaming X33 said, the livery god. 12 Gaming X33 said, he listens to his game's players. 21 Yvonne said, our workshop liveries visible to other players. 26 Little Sneeze said, one of my friends made a Miko livery for the A19. 47 Spectral underscore Ace said, if they also have them. 21 Yvonne said, Diamond Dogs livery only. 12 Gaming X33 said, if said player has that livery yes. 26 Little Sneeze said, I shall consider it LOL. 26 Little Sneeze said, if you don't have that one yet. 12 Gaming X33 said, LMAO. 21 Yvonne said, the guy is out AA again. 12 Gaming X33 said, damn I'm gonna see. 21 Yvonne said, damn guess I better download all the liveries. 12 Gaming X33 said, I made a Teto livery for the brawler, it did really well in terms of download count. Goose said, now the unfun part starts. "21 Yvonne said, I love this game but I really want better logistics stuff. I'm fast F4CK boy said, just wait. 37 Goose said, imagine like a large cargo plane. 24 Orphanry said, sitting in my truck, right after a beer, hey that shard looks like a priority target. 21 Yvonne said, yeah that but also a better rework of basic stuff like ammo crates.
46 Virtual Scotsman said. "26 Little Sneeze said, anyway." 26 Little Sneeze said, "I made a livery just yesterday in fact." 26 Little Sneeze said, "Not a Mika one." Mycon said, "Go forth my mini army of LCV sounds." "50 Are birds real?" said, "WTF dude."
Stall.
"50 Are birds real?" said, "Why did you do it?" Yvonne said, "What just happened?" Yvonne said, "I did not get any warning. Why did I just detonate?" "47 Spectral _ Ace said, "Nuke." 37 Goose said, "Yeah, that's happened to me before." "37 Goose said, "It's like someone launched a kinetic kill vehicle at you." Henry said, "Sometimes server lag can deform your airframe or outright kill you." "19 Kraggles said, "I'm noticing a lot of games are being won from the static pile nukes." 19 Kraggles said, "All you need to do is early snipe the Stratos and you win." 19 Kraggles said, "I don't think they
Right stall fire, left engine fire."
21 Yvonne said, "BTW, I noticed something the other day." 52 Lagagai 6289 said, "I mean shaping operations are very important for those." 24 Orphanry said, "You don't." 40 Helicopter Chimpan said, "I have landed with a heli, how do I drop the troops?" 24 Orphanry said, "They give you capture power." 21 Yvonne said, "I think ground effect is simulated, so if you fly close to the ground with a heli you can fly up a mountain super easy even." lagging.
Let's just ignite the flame that burns for you and can feel it too.
45 Dixon Maya said, J. 21 Yvonne said, did someone just drop a bomb on me? 45 Dixon Maya said, WP. Yvonne said, this guy has out like 100 LCVs and sent them all out. 12 Gaming X33 said, I accidentally clicked eject on the radio monitor. Gaming X33 said, I'm going, y'all have a good one. 3.
Stall.
"52 mess said, WTF did you just do sneeze?" 47 spectral underscore ace said, revoker on a nuke run up north. 26 little sneeze said, missile interception. Little sneeze said, you can do it if your reaction time is quick enough. 52 mess said, nah did you 180 me with the silly mode? 26 little sneeze said, oh. 26 little sneeze said, id. 52 mess said, I was behind you and got hit by your Heatsaker what? 26 little sneeze said, I wasn't behind you on my end. 44 Jack is here don't cry said, our hex hounds from Ibisard Rock. 26 little sneeze said, what happened? Jack is here don't cry said, airdrop. 13 Flaming said, yeah they can be. "45 Dixon Myers said, rip my economy. Lost G said, now we need to capture that base.
Stall.
"21 Yvonne said, FFS. "18 Lost G said, someone is trying to re-up our main airport.